Hello there. You able to hear me?
Hey, yep, Mike, can you hear me?
Oh, hello there. Hold on. AKA Cameron. I am trying to just reel myself together. I am just, what do I say and where do I begin?
Oh, you're not gonna say anything, dude. I'm just glad to be here.
I'm just honored to finally have a chance to meet you personally and tell you just thank you so much. Just thank you so much for every single work that you made and everything you've done for the EDM community. We truly, truly, truly appreciate you. I am just blessed and honored to be a fan of your work. You words not expressed how much your work means to me, how much it means to so many other people regarding when it comes to just creating music in general and combining something that I did not think would not be combined at all. You combined, I believe you're combining jazz theory with electronic dance
Mm.
music. Who freaking does that? Who does that? And and of course, it will be a crime if I did not mention the song that like brought you to EDM stardom pretty much. Is the work of polyriddim, giving us a I believe 7x5 or 5x4 time signature, and just taking us on a freaking roller coaster of a ride with that song, both the original and the VIP. I words not express how much I truly appreciate you and your music and the opportunities that you've been getting and the place that you've been working in with Halcyon, with Cyclops Recordings, like your work with Mad Dub's Wheel Up. I truly,
Matchups.
truly, 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 truly appreciate you.
Thank you. I mean, I'm just glad that that some stuff I've made has been able to, I guess, connect to some people or people are, enjoy it. I mean, I'm just making stuff that I want to make and hoping some other people also like it. So all those words mean the world to me. So I thank you and thank you for letting me talk to you. I'm excited.
I am hard and blessed, but I have to ask this question because this is something that really, like, I have to, I need to know,
Yeah.
which is this: how, how did you, what made you get interested in the genre of jazz?
Oh, okay. So good story. So my sibling is a jazz saxophonist from like from a very young age, and so I live in Kansas, like a couple hours away from Kansas City, and Kansas City has like a really prevalent, like a really sick like jazz scene. And like every weekend, they would go we would drive to Kansas City, so they could be like at this John Foundation kind of band local sort of thing, and I would always be there for their practices because they would go to and do like gigs around Kansas City, and I would always go to those. So from like a young age, I was always around like the classic like jazz standards. Um, and at the time, while I enjoyed it, I wasn't like the craziest fan. Like I was interested in other things, but eventually, a couple actually I don't know how long ago it was now, a couple years ago, a year or two ago, I don't know. I guess now it's 2022. This was around like 2020 and late 2019. I kind of reconnected with jazz and my interest for it through an artist called Jacob Collier. My friend
Hmm.
Leo, aka Vare, and X73, who doesn't make music anymore, but he's on Twitter. Um,
Wow.
they showed me Jacob Collier, specifically the song Hideaway, which
Hmm.
starts that song is crazy good, but something that blew my mind and really like made me realize some shit. I don't know if probably shouldn't be swearing. I'm sorry.
Oh, don't worry. You're okay. I don't think
Okay.
anyone freaking cares. I don't curse either, but
Okay.
you go on.
Okay. But the song Hideaway, um, most most songs, 99.9% are all in one tuning system. And usually that tuning system is in like A equals 440 hertz. Like most pianos, when you go to them and they're tuned, they tune the note A to the pitch 440 hertz. And
Hmm.
that's how we have instruments that sound good together, is we tune everything to one constant.
So
Um,
just like BPMs, you like listen to the hertz of a certain instrument.
yeah, yeah. So
See,
everything is the standard is 440 hertz. That's what that's the standard. That's what people decided a long time ago. But
Mhm.
you don't have to adhere to that, and you can actually manipulate that kind of stuff. So that song
Mm.
actually starts in 432 hertz, and throughout the whole thing, or actually at a specific moment, it modulates back to 440, like invisibly. So it microtonally shifts upwards.
So the song
But
like polyrhythm, right? We're talking about
yeah,
that.
yeah, except way more
It switches
elegant.
from 432 to 440 hertz.
Yeah, but
But
it does,
no,
which is usually pretty hard to do and make it sound good. But he did it so elegantly and it sounded so nice. You don't even notice it, but it caused like a subconscious feeling of warmth. You know what I mean? It
hmm.
feels like it opens out. And to me, like learning that and realizing it, I was like, holy cows, you know? There's so much stuff. And then I kind of went and explored some more of his stuff and some other music and realized rhythmically there's a bunch of crazy stuff that people aren't really using, and just even harmonically in general. There's so many like worlds and avenues that are in all of like this kind of jazzy and instrumental music that people like aren't really using, because one, it's pretty hard to do that stuff and do it in a way that's not kind of just really weird or it sounds bad. But it's
Hmm.
like, okay, I have to learn about this and use it. And polyriddim was kind of the first experimentation in that direction. And I personally, I didn't think anyone would like it because it was kind of so janky. But
Hmm.
I guess the decision that essentially made my career was, I was like, I don't care what people think. I like it. I'm gonna put it out, see what happens. And that's my
And well, you said you just don't care. You just want to put it out, see what happens. The rest is history.
yeah,
The rest
yeah.
is
So
pretty much history.
yeah, so my whole philosophy for stuff is just I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna make what I want to make, and I don't I do stuff for me,
Do stuff for
and
you.
if
Well,
people
not
like it, then that's good.
right. I wouldn't say not just for you. I would say for anyone else, because you like just by that song alone, it brought in such a huge fan base to your musicality and what you do. Like I mean, seriously, like hearing that it goes from 430 to the 440, and it's not really noticeable to the naked ear.
Mhm.
Like if you like, unless you have a really good pair of headphones, maybe I don't know if that's the case, but
Mhm.
either way, it's just a roller coaster of a journey of just like opening your mind to something that is absolutely insane and that no one's really going down. So I'm glad that someone like you is so open-minded and so like so reversing the world of jazz, that you want to take certain things that no one else is using, that you're not hearing in the music industry, and they are, and just flipping over its head and showing people this is what you can do with
Yeah.
jazz. It's not just saxophones and just like being at like a club or like playing with
Mhm.
the cymbals or just like playing with a trumpet or whatever. No, it can be so much more. I mean,
Yeah.
I love classical jazz. I love our smooth jazz, and that's all well and good. But hearing that certain like instruments like saxophone, trumpets being used infused in electronic dance music is so amazing to hear. And I'm so happy that there are people out there like you who are combining two things that seems like will not work. It finds a way to
Yeah.
make it work.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
it's such a huge accomplishment to see. And as we saw, the results are pretty staggering. I
Yeah.
mean, and to the point where I feel like, well, let me ask this: when we get to like the breakdown of the whole thing, like after the and after
Mhm.
that part, after we hear the wing, and after and you just go crazy with it, like right to the point where like no one knows like what to do or what to like make of it. Like when you were in that process, we're talking like in those
Mhm.
type of parts, like were you like in a mindset where it's like even I could maybe do like a simple like rhythm that like everyone else is doing, but I say, you know what? Why don't what's the part you think? Why don't we just like have fun with this? Why don't I just
Mhm.
make someone think, okay, here's how it's gonna go. Nope, oh, you thought this. Oh no, I'm gonna do this now. Well, I'm gonna do this now. No, I'm gonna go all around you with that. It's kind of that type of feeling. So did anything like your mind think I want to just like make people like think it's gonna be this thing, but it's another thing. And before they even know it, it's gonna be this thing and this thing. And at the end of the day, it's like you're like musically, you're going around, you're going circles around people.
I mean, the whole thought process behind That section was I the whole theory behind that stuff is like tuplets and nested tuplets. And
Hmm.
I was essentially just messing with weird subdivisions and putting equally spaced notes within weird lengths of time, and then within those like tuplets putting nesting more tuplets. I was just messing with rhythm and messing, and also like the notes are it's very chromatic, like not
Hmm.
essentially all that's doing for when I was writing it was I was just messing with things. And if something when I wrote it scratched my brain in the right way, I was like, I'm keeping that. So I mean, because my brain all the time is just going.
Right, right.
So I was just kind of just taking that and putting it in some music form by messing with weird rhythms and chromaticism. And then at the end of the day, I wrote some stuff that tickles my brain, and I guess maybe tickles some other people's brains.
Millions of people's brains were tickled and ears were tickled. So even those type of parts, like was that like were there like other rhythms you were like thinking of working on, or just like other like what's the musical term you used again?
Tuplets.
Or were there other like forms of tuplets you were like planning on using as well? Because as we saw in multiple like footage of you performing polyrhythm, like you like it's not the same type of flow as in the song. You just like get your launch pad and just go ape shit with it. And so were there other like different types of like tuplet patterns you were like working on too that you wanted to like maybe make on your own? And then, or is it fun just like make your own tuplets live and like just like make people go crazy, like knowing what to expect?
So while writing it, I definitely had a bunch of other like riffs and rhythms that I was messing with. I just ended up picking other ones over them because I like them more. But in terms of like all the live stuff, I don't think I've ever said this anywhere, but I essentially, the first time I did that was at Chicago, the Sudden Death Chicago show, because that was my first show in front of like a crowd.
Oh, I thought it was Halcyon.
There was I did it in Chicago first and then did it at the Halcyon one.
Okay.
But a couple days before the Chicago set, I was like working on my set last second. I spent like an entire month making my whole new set, like just a month straight. Because it's very intricate and I have to do a bunch of stuff that's weird. But I was walking around like at like 3 a.m. I was downstairs in my bathroom. I was just walking around my house because I was just thinking, I was pacing. I was like, I used the hot cues to like play hi-hats and stuff. But the tempo slider, like the way you adjust BPM, I mean, the way pitch works is if you speed something up, it gets faster and the whole frequency is increased. So the pitch goes up, right? And you can make the range like on the tempo slider, like really big. So it's like, wait, if I put a synth like on the hot cue and use the tempo slider, you can pitch it around. So it's like, wait, I should be able to play a synth live. So I had this epiphany, and I ran back up here, and I got the polyrhythm synth, and I rendered the song, the stems, the song without the synth, and then I put on my laptop and like tried it for like a second. I was like, this works. Never practiced it once. I did it for the first time at Chicago at that show, just because I don't know, I trusted myself, and I don't know, it was fun. But essentially, whenever I do it, it is just like kind of like improvisation, and it's not like an exact tuplets usually because humans are not computers, and all those rhythms are like really really precise. But it is just because of the stuff I make and the music I listen to, and just the way my brain likes things and processes stuff. I guess I very much like janky rhythms and like to can do them, and kind of get the same feel that the original has, but I guess without the exactness of it being written by a computer. So I kind of just go up there and just do whatever I feel.
Do whatever like flows through you.
And
like what and when you do something that's like brand new, you never did it before, that like the fear is to like run through you, like what if I mess up, or what if this doesn't sound that good if But I feel like with something, since you enjoy making janky rhythms, and especially polyrhythms already janky enough, and no one knows what to expect, you can't. It's like
You can get away with it.
You can get away with it. It's more. You have more free. Like that's like a platform. You created a song with a platform that, like, even if you make a mistake, you can still just run. You can still run with it, and more likely, it's still gonna work, even with the synth and like controlling how high it goes or how low it goes. You're able to have so much more fun with it and not just be linear. So it's amazing to hear songs like that be so dynamic, into a point where it's like, if you want to just like switch to that type of platform and just go crazy with it, it's your playground, and more likely it's gonna make something out of gold instead of like make something that's gonna sound not right. Which I think I just hadn't really thought about it in that type of perspective until you talk more about it, and I'm like, you pretty much made an area where it's like you can make whatever you want in regards, if we focus on the roots of polyrhythm. And I wonder, now that I think about it, have you ever thought like maybe making like I wasn't gonna say like a sample pack, but more kind of like creating like a motherboard or something where it's like other people can like make their own tuplets, they can make their own synths, they can make their own riffs with the foundation of polyrhythm, and like hear what other people will do. Like, will it sound like this or will it sound like this? I mean, think about it. Think about like making a song that's based on a polyrhythm, but it sounds like another thing that you heard before. I'm just trying to think outside the box regarding that. But
I could be cool.
Hey, if you want to take that idea, you can. It's your work. I just want to at least add my own little flair to it.
Thank you.
I'll take a little credit where credit's due there. But regarding your entire works, I mean, I had to talk about polyrhythm for a little bit. As for the rest of the discography, is there any songs that you're like very proud of, or any song that you didn't think was that good, but it's out there anyway? So what can you do?
I really like De Flores Sonos. In my head, that song was like a 50-50 blend of kind of like jazzy influence and bass music. But I think the majority of bass music listeners kind of just view it as 100% jazz.
I'm surprised you would say that song. Haven't heard that one just yet. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I was, let's say I was too wrapped up in the roller coaster that is EMME. I thought you were gonna say EMME, because that was like one that, again, I knew what to expect, and by that I mean I don't want to expect anything, because I feel like there's one thing I learned from like your musicality, from the way how you work, is expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
And
that song.
They'll go on, but
okay. Yeah, that song has a very, very. I love that song so much. I spent like. So after polyrhythm and after some more, there was like polyrhythm, and then I explored some more stuff, especially like kind of harmony and stuff. I was kind of like in my little baby stages of exploring harmony on a deeper level. But that song was like, okay, I'm gonna go really like jacked up with rhythms, and also do it in a more kind of that song was just kind of a stream of consciousness type of song, and I still, that song has a special place in my brain and heart, and that's I like that song. That song has some nice writing in it.
So and De Flores Sonos, I want to try to say it properly, is like, I feel like your best works. Are there any songs that yeah, it's out, but it's like it wasn't really your peak? It wasn't like really your best.
I mean, I'm proud of. You can go back to like kind of before stuff, and there's just like some more just kind of just dubstep releases. I still like those. They're obviously not to the standard either writing or production as to what I can do now, but I still like them. I mean, I would say Amongus, but I enjoy that song still, even if it's.
I expect you to say that because it was maybe made just for the meme, because Amongus was in its prime, but I still enjoyed it, and the work with Bayer as well. Another amazing artist in Halcyon who I really appreciate. She's incredible. it was still a really great song nonetheless for Among Us.
Yeah.
Hey.
We should have made it not about Among Us, but at the time me and Leo were playing Rocket League and laughing way too much at really stupid Among Us jokes. We were like just saying random Among Us memes in Rocket League game chat, and we're like, and also on that same day we made like the beat for the song, and then Leo went to sleep, and I was like, I'm gonna record some vocals about Among Us, and then I made the song.
And just like that, it was made. I did not think I would hear you say it, Rocket League. I thought you were just like playing. I thought it was like you guys were playing Among Us while looking at Among Us memes. I was thinking that, but I didn't expect Rocket League. Dang, that's amazing. But hey, it's a masterpiece. I still love it. A lot of us still love it. We really appreciate it being born. Thank you so much for that.
Okay, thank you.
However, knowing how like fast and how like crazy that some of your songs can be right now, had there ever, and maybe this hasn't like hit your mind, but what is there ever going to be like any people who you think can remix a song like Polyriddim or EMME or Conic Sections or Assembly or D Flora Sonos? Are there any that can anyone be able to make a remix? Only you can, or
I think most things
like maybe put their own little twist on a song like that?
And people can definitely remix it. I think if for the more jacked up songs like EMME, it would be it becomes a harder task to remix just because like the rhythm, like with EMME, the time signature, especially like the first part, the whole first drop is like very weird and specific, and people could take it and kind of abandon that idea. But if you wanted to follow that, it would be annoying. But I think people could definitely remix like any of my songs and be sick. I would definitely have some choices of people who I think would do like a really good job.
Like who are people that would understand, maybe slightly understands like your musical style and can really give some of these songs a new coat of paint.
I feel in sort of the bass music kind of Halcyon world, I feel like Qwatson would do the bestest job.
Qwatson, well, another amazing artist who I absolutely enjoyed ever since his work in Halcyon Sound 2, and of course, Ride Him Back in Home. That goes off so hard live. I absolutely love it. So, dude, and so just speak on a little tangent there about Qwatson. He absolutely is. 2021 was his beautiful year, and to hear his work being played by someone like Marshmello, absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
so
I'm
future
so proud
is
of him.
bright for someone like him. I'm definitely proud of him as well. A lot of the people in Halcyon team I am so proud of, and they really mean the world to me. Seeing them grow and Oolacile bringing them in and just letting them have a chance to shine, it's absolutely incredible. Speaking of which,
I have a secret about and the one I just want to say, I have enormous faith in him. His musical style and his writing has like infinite potential, and to grow and go to the moon. Like also his the Realize EP, his like EP on Halcyon. So I like found him Qwatson through like some riddim-y stuff, and then I heard some of his unreleased stuff, like he sent me it. I was like, holy, this is like next level. This is like insane writing. This is way more than just like dubstep. And then like
2022 is gonna be his year.
Yeah, and then so I messaged Oolacile Cooper. It's like, listen to these songs. Listen to these songs and release them. And then he listened to them and he was like, holy shit. And then that EP happened.
Wow. So again, Qwatson is just taking names and showing people that he is a musical force to be reckoned with. To impress someone as like one of the legends of Oolacile, absolute, just like, I think that says it all. That kind of says it all. And speaking of which, like we talked about Oolacile and Halcyon, how did it feel to be welcomed in the Halcyon family? Like when you first like heard you're gonna be part of like Halcyon Sound Volume 1 with Voltra, with Leo Tricks, with Basic, with Crippling, and everyone else.
So, Oolacile was actually the first ever like big artist to ever interact with any of my music. Like one day, I remember this day vividly. It was a very important day to me. I was playing Rainbow Six Siege for like, I think one of the only times I ever played Rainbow Six Siege. I was playing with Mad Dubs and Leo and Vare. And I checked my SoundCloud, and this was not that long after I put like Rezo Bass and Trumpet Slap on SoundCloud as clips. Like this is forever ago. And like I checked my notifications and said like Oolacile liked your track. Oolacile reposted your song. Oolacile followed you. I was like, holy. And then I got pinged in a server, this Discord server, and it's like, yo, Phonon, send me some tunes. And I freaked I flipped out. I was ecstatic. And then so I sent him some songs, and then this was not long before Lost Lands 2019. And then he played like Rezo Bass at Lost Lands. He was the first person to ever play my music out at like a festival. And then a bit after that, I started talking to him, like voice chatting with them in a server, regularly, and we started becoming like friends and stuff, and then we became pretty good friends around that time. And then I sent him a render called cone3.mp3, and it was the first drop and the breakdown of conic sections. And he was like, dude, I'm making this label, and I think this song should go on the first compilation. I was like, no way, dude. And then he kind of explained the idea of Halcyon and some of the other people he was getting for it. And then I was like, oh, this is game changing. And so then I like had to finish the song. And like, I mean, the song used to be the intro, the first drop. And, you know, in the actual song goes, it goes intro, first drop, and then build up, and then neuro drop, and then breakdown. The build up and neuro drop used to not be there. It used to just be intro, drop, and then the breakdown.
Okay.
But Cooper actually gave me the idea to do like a sick neuro drop. I was like, you're right, I should do that. So then I made that bit, and then the pre-drop that says cone is actually Oolacile. He said it.
Wow. And just like that, you were just like in the Halcyon family. Oh, that is incredible to hear, and know that someone as amazing as him like believed in you so much and knew that your music was that incredible to not just do the typical, like any artist can of course like something or repost something or retweet something, and then but it's another thing or follow you too, like of course that's all well and good, but it's another thing entirely to play your song in Lost Lands in a pretty large crowd, because I know Oolacile packed a quite good crowd in freaking Lost Lands, and then make a label, bring you to that label, and
he's done so much. He's believed in me and pushed me from like literally the get-go, from the start. I can't overstate how much he's done for me, and like how much he means to me. I mean, he's one of my closest friends.
And to think I could not love Oolacile any more than right now. Just
he's literally the most like genuine and real person. He cares so much, like most people would say, like from a business perspective, most people would say he cares too much about other people. Like
I feel like as long as like the people that you're interacting with are just like genuine or just as kind as you are, there's no such thing as like too much. I know that can be very debatable, especially in reality when it comes to like doing something for someone, it can be considered too much. But for what he did, I see as like him supporting you and then some.
He's the bestest.
And for him to create Halcyon and to welcome people like you, people like Automate Hate, like Qwatson, like I7, like Leo Tricks and everyone else who I listened to ever since it first began. I'm honored to be a Halcyon fan, but now I'm very honored to be a fan of Oolacile and his work, knowing that he does this type of things for people like you and for everyone else. I know I should be speaking about you, but I love talking about other people as well and seeing them grow as well. When like I was smiling and laughing the whole time when you were telling me about Oolacile do that for you, because like I feel the happiness, I feel the joy in you when it's like someone big noticed your work and believed in you. And that's what I want to, that same energy I want to show to other people out there too. Let them know that I hear you, I see you, I believe in you, and your music is absolutely incredible. And
Thank you.
That's the type of person I want to be in the community. So I hope to God that what I'm doing right now is at least half as good as what Oolacile is doing in the community too.
You're doing an amazing job, and the community would not be nearly as good. I mean, you make it probably an infinitely better place, like infinitely. And yeah, we need you. Never leave.
Thank you so much. But obviously it's people like you and the music you create that brings me joy every single day. And people like Oolacile, who I was just a fan of him and his label, but now hearing what you told me, he's now like an inspiration to me to like do that type of work, give the type of thing back to the community, and not just in a world that sadly is filled with a lot of negativity, like you told me, a lot of cynicism. I want to, you can kind of say I'm trying to be the type of Robitussin trying to attack the viruses of cynicism and heal the EDM human body if I can. Let's say I'm being the toughest EDM white blood cell in this bloodstream, pretty much.
Limbo the white blood cell
of EDM. I'll happily wear that with a badge of honor. I love it. And
I want to say, sorry, I want to talk about Oolacile for like a little bit second more.
Sure.
That man is like one of the he's such a creative force in all areas, and something like with his music from the get-go, from all like forever, he's always been pushing the bounds of stuff, like doing weird things, combining things, doing weird techniques, kind of melding genres and stuff. And
is there a song like from Oolacile that like really stuck out to you from him? It could be like from Halcyon, like Perceiver Part 1 or Perceiver Part 2, but any of his works.
I think the second drop of Dreams Data from Halcyon Sound Volume 1 is probably one of the best riffs ever written.
No, really? And yeah. Not just the whole song, just that drop alone.
Well, the whole song, but that drop specifically is magic.
Wow.
Yeah, he's been pushing the bounds forever, and a lot of the time doesn't get as much recognition as I think he should. And I feel like he's done so much even before Halcyon, and even that it feels like the universe a lot of the time has like a curse on him. Like his computer is always breaking, everything is just always falling apart, but somehow he manages to be such a positive and like a positive force, and no matter what happens to him, he's still always trying to help others. And it's such it's a crazy inspiration, and I feel like people that should be recognized, and people should appreciate that.
So him, like all the followers he has so far, like Instagram and Twitter, it's just not enough. He needs so much more.
It needs infinitely more.
Infinitely more. I will make sure I let him know you have his blessing, and he thanks you so much. Because again, like I am familiar with his work as well, like his work in the Disciple Roundtable, his work in the Disciple, and of course Halcyon. Yeah. But dude, I can. It's incredible to know that someone like him, and he's not even that big of like an EDM artist, like follower wise, to like create something like a label. Like you have people like saying Holo or Subtronics who are creating like their own labels, but they have like all these type of people. I don't think that truly matters. Like as long as you have the devotion to give people a chance to show off their stuff and be a part of this, be in the spotlights and let them show off what they can do. It's more than enough. And I'm glad that people like you are in Halcyon, are in Side Cost Recordings and working with people in the same area as you who are just totally destroying it. And I have nothing but love, nothing but gratitude, nothing but respect for the work you do and the work they do for other people. And it's just a cycle that I am just loving to see. And I hope it just keeps continuing. Like everything that they're doing, I know something's gonna come back to them full circle. Everything you do I always believe that the energy and the work you do, you give to other people is what you're gonna get back. It's basically the word karma. You do something good, the universe is gonna reward you. Something bad, the universe is gonna hate you. And the work that Oolacile is doing is nothing less. That I hope that he gets more and more recognition and more attention from a lot of these people. Like we see him a lot in the sudden death like lineups, and sudden death is such a huge just like the words like this.
He's also one of the best. He's like also one of the most like him and Jesse are like some of the most genuine in caring people. But both Sudden Death and Subtronics have supported and pushed me and like believed in me like so much. Right. I mean, fucking Sudden Death put me in contact with my management group just because he wanted to and he believed in me.
Oh, so thanks to him, like you met Adam Knight and everyone else, like in that management
because
group.
Of him, I got with Prodigy Artists and essentially like UTA.
Mm-hmm.
That was basically him.
Wow.
He changed my life, literally.
That is amazing to hear. And someone as amazing as him. Again, my love for Sudden Death and his work. I know a lot of people are drawn to him because of his Void project, like Void 1.0, 1.5. And I bet 2.0 is coming. I bet I cannot wait for that. But he is such a force to be reckoned with when it comes to his musicality and telling people to embrace their inner evil. And those songs that he's making, from Utah to Behemoth to Terrible to I don't know what's Terrible. It was the one. No, I think it was Bleed, the one like "You Dare Challenge Me," and it was that one. So, oh my gosh, it's amazing to see. It's amazing to hear that so many big artists who really made a name for themselves throughout their careers are just giving their blessings to people like you and everyone else. It is amazing to see, amazing to hear, and believe me when I say to you, Phonon, you deserve every single bit of it. Working in Cyclops Clove, being on those Sudden Death lineups, being a part, and currently going to be a part of the Fractal Tour with Subtronics, and that is so soon. I am so upset that you cannot come to NYC on February 22nd, but hey, in other places that are blessed to have someone as amazing as you be there,
I'll come to New York eventually.
Eventually, like I'm about to say, I thought you said like, if you're possible, you can like make it to that show and you'll be there.
Oh, I can not that probably, but soon, hopefully.
I'm gonna say if that's the case, then let me just give me a second. I'm just gonna go and buy my ticket right now because that just stole the whole thing. I don't care about anyone else. I just want Phonon. But don't tell Jesse I said that. Anyway, I just again, it's just amazing to see people like you and so many other people. I wonder, like, well, here's the thing. I always say this, and I believe this wholeheartedly. That you see like Sudden Death, Oolacile, Subtronics, all these people who are big, they're like the headliners, they're making their own shows. But I always believe the people who are like in their labels underneath, they're gonna be next. So like I have someone like you, I already know, I can tell you are gonna be the next headliner, and like you're gonna like bring your own type of people to come in and perform with you and let people know these people you have to listen to, these people you have to see. If you could, what people would you bring along with you to if you were headlining any type of show, no matter where you are, what you're doing, you're the headliner, who do you bring?
Okay. I'm gonna start saying people. I would bring in, firstly, Gotta bring in the OG day ones, Mad Dubs and Bear, just because.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Qwatson.
Qwatson, of course.
Okay, I gotta think. In terms of, I can bring in anyone, right? Like even people.
Really, anyone that you like interacted with, any artists that you work with or talk to, anyone you could think of that's like, if you were the headliner, who would you bring? You already named three. Like, if it's only just a three, it's just those three. But I feel like if it was like your own oyster, your own show, even your own tour.
Can I say people that I don't know personally and are larger than me?
Yeah, you could say that too.
Okay. So I would have those three.
If you could bring like Subtronic Sudden Death with you, that would be cool.
I would bring Millie, Milye.
Miley.
Millie. It's like Milye. So it's not Miley.
Okay.
It's like
We're not talking about Cyrus. You're not that big.
I know him, but he's crazy. I would bring in I'm forgetting. I've thought about it so many times, but I'm on the spot now. I'm forgetting so many people. I would bring in like Lewis Cole.
Lewis Cole.
I would bring
in Jacob Collier.
Jacob Collier, yeah. I would bring in him. I would bring in Thundercat.
Thundercat. Are we talking about Flying Lotus?
Yeah, the guy who works with Flying Lotus a lot.
Oh my gosh, that would be cool to hear. I had a chance to see him live, like at least Flying Lotus live. I keep thinking him and Thundercat are the same.
They're like best friends, so
they're just best friends. Okay.
There's so many other people, both in bass music and in other scenes and areas.
Heck, you could even bring like anyone in the jazz area too. I mean, imagine bringing somebody like Kenny G to your tour. Hey, if we're talking jazz, let's bring all the legends. I bet if you had the power to like resurrect Louis Armstrong, that would be an incredible tour.
That'd be nuts.
Could you imagine him like putting his own little twist and polyrhythm from the grave?
That would, yeah. My whole goal is to sort of be this sort of conglomerative force to like bring in these different areas together and sort of make a space where all these things can kind of coexist and make a space so that there's actually an audience for this sort of mishmash like pot of crazy musical influences that like melt together, because there's so many things I want to do, so many types of music I want to make, so many people I want to collaborate with. Yeah. I mean, I got so many ideas. It's just my limitation is time. Time is my enemy.
Time is everyone's enemy, but I feel like with someone like you and like doing what you love, you're making time your friend. As time goes on, more and more people are gonna know who Phonon is. They're gonna know the legacy you left, and that's all that we can do.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm talking about musically with myself in terms of like how much I've done out of the things I have ideas for, like, or what I know I can do, we're at like 1% of what I want to do. We're like, yeah. Time will, yeah. You'll
definitely see. Understood. Now, I'll say this, and then I can say this because it's not really much of a secret anymore. I know that you also did your work with Form as well, All Night Volume 5, 1469. However, I feel like if that's the case, I think it would be incredible if you could be a part of like a Form IRL show and be like a surprise guest for them, because they just announced a bit on their Twitch stream that they are going to be bringing Form to NYC IRL and bringing all people who like worked in like All Night Volume 6 or whatever. They're bringing them all there to perform. I feel like it would be insane. Add this idea into your mind. If you could tell them I would be happy to perform at NYC and I get a chance to see you, that would be incredible.
I'll talk to him. I don't
I
know
feel,
about this, but I'll see.
hey, I feel like I feel like there'll be a way to like really give back. I know you may have that one song in Volume 5, but ever since then and what you're doing now, it's like you like evolved. And I feel like it will be a treat to have someone like you be blessed something like that. But that's just me like putting ideas out that if you anything you want to do, like really like let people know this is me, this is who I am. I am doing this type of work and I'm proud of it. Hopefully you guys like it. It's that type of energy. And I already talked to them and I told them I'd be more than happy to be an MC for that type of show if I can, because I live in NYC already. I would love to just like announce the people out there. And if I could announce Phonon in real life,
sick.
oh my God, I'll be crying happy tears screaming your name because like he's here. I am blessed by his presence and his music. Like, dude, more and more people need to know the beauty that is Phonon. The same way how Oolacile brought you the Halcyon is the same type of energy I see in you. And I wish you the absolute freaking best in your journey, because what you've done so far and what you can do now and what you're gonna do in the future, the sky's the limit for someone like you. I know you're still recovering from like your health and such, but when you're ready,
good now.
You're all good now?
I'm feeling good now.
You're locked and loaded and ready?
I'm ready and locked and loaded.
Okay, because I want to make sure that we take care of that first. I do not want to lose you just yet. We love you too much to be gone.
Yeah,
Like,
but what I could put health first. I mean, even if it wasn't COVID, like, and I was just me being sick, if I went and did those shows like countdown and stuff, I would have for sure like taken a dive and gotten a lot worse, and I probably wouldn't have gotten better in time for tour. So
right.
it was tough, but it had to be done.
But hey, we waited, we patiently waited, and now it is the time. It is the time for more and more people to know the power of Phonon, especially through this tour, the Subtronics Fractal Tour. I cannot wait. And for all the people who are a part of it too, like you may be working with like people like Guppy, G Space, Neonic, Sizzy, Space Wizard, That Boy Smith, Ace Aura, Level Up. They're all, I know every single one of them who I listened to and heard them through the Cyclops recordings. They're all freaking incredible. I'm so proud of every single one of them. I'm honored and blessed to be to like hear their work and tell them. I wish I can tell them personally, thank you so much for what you do. You are just incredible. They're all incredible. Every single person who I've met so far has been absolutely incredible. And I'm seeing right now so far on the tour dates, January 14th to February 5th is going to be your time to shine. I only regret is that you weren't there for NYC, but hey,
yeah,
we have Ace Aura. And he's a force to be reckoned with as well. He's insane. It'd be an honor to finally have a chance to meet him and tell him how much I appreciate his work too. And hey, I
have funny pictures of him.
Oh no, not
because I saw him. Because we were at the Cyclops Cove together, right?
Right. It was Level Up back-to-back Ace Aura. There was I think it was Guppy back-to-back Space Wizard, Stellar, you and oh God.
I'll do myself a little dirty too.
Don't do it to yourself. Oh, God dang it, no. Hey, at least you took one for the team.
I'll take that.
And you took too much for the team. Hey, hey, dude. I'm glad you're such a good sport when it comes to that. It's an absolute honor to know someone like you. And thank you so much for all your incredible work. We truly appreciate you. I pray to the Cyclops gods above and Halcyon gods above that you guys arrive at NYC and you guys can bless with your work, because believe me, it may seem like I'm the only Halcyon or Cyclops fan here, but believe me, we're here, we're ready and waiting, and I cannot wait to finally meet you at last, but it's been an absolute honor to finally tell you personally and say thank you so much for all your incredible work. Every single song I've been listening to so far from you has been incredibly stellar. Your collaborations has been absolutely amazing as well. And to all the people that we talked about or you may have contact with, like Mad Dubs and Oolacile and Sudden Death and everyone there, just like please tell them I'm so proud of every single one of them, that I love them all so much, and I'm honored to be a fan of their work as well. Qwatson, I don't care who, just spread the word, because I want to let every single person know I support them. I love them all. I love their musicality, and I hope that a day comes where I can finally see them live and hear them live and tell them personally, thank you so much. That's just the person I am. I want to make sure I spread it to everybody, because everyone's worthy to be on that stage. Everyone's worthy to be in the presence of sudden deaths, of Tronics, and be on the stage and let people know how incredible that they are. Please let them know for me. I would really appreciate that.
I will tell them all. And I'll also let you know whenever I find out if I'll be in NYC. So
thank you.
I think that'll happen soon. I think there might be some plans, but we'll see.
Hopefully it does. And I know that also they say that I've been reading as well that it's up to us. So I let the shows, let the contributors know, let the promoters know who they need to hire. I'm going to make sure I tell everyone about this venue here, Phonon, this venue here, Phonon, this venue here, Phonon. And
thank you.
Spread the word to Adam too, because we are yearning for a Phonon performance in NYC one way or another. Halcyon, Cyclops Recordings. We'll
make it happen.
We just need to make it happen. It just needs to happen. Let them know that I am a support backer for someone as incredible as you. I truly appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for everything that you do.
And same goes to you. Thank you. I mean, you yeah, I've already said this, but you make being an artist and being just on Twitter and stuff a much better place. And so I thank you. Never stop being you
so much. I definitely want. I love this version too much, and it's my genuine, honest self. I mean, I'm honest. I'm genuine. I want to make sure that whatever I say and whatever I do is that same way. Because trust me, if anything I say or do seems wrong or it seems fake, like let me know. Like literally slap me silly.
You're perfect,
get myself back, put myself back in order. Because trust me, a lot of people, and here's a lot when it comes to people like, they reach a certain level and it's like they start dwindling down, or they will like lose what made them great in the first place. I don't want to fall off. And if that, I'm saying, if it does happen, God forbid, I hope I have people like you and everyone else to like pretty much like literally take my chest and be like, what are you doing? Pull yourself together.
Yeah.
I might be angry at that, but I'd be very appreciative. Like, you saved me, thank you, because that's what I love to do. Again, Phonon, thank you so much, and please give my love to Adam too. He couldn't make it. I wish I could tell him thank you so much for him. Like again, like you said, sudden death. Without sudden death, would you have met Adam? Would you have met like UTA or anyone else? He's the one who hooked you guys up. So I still want to at least give my love to Adam and tell him thanks.
I'll let him know. I will let him know.
For him taking you under your wing and helping you fly and like be the person that you are, because this is incredible. You are incredible. And then please do not forget that. Please don't let that fade from your mind, because I want you to understand that what you're doing, what you're making is absolutely incredible. It cannot be said over. I'll say over again if I must, but I want you to understand that we truly, truly, truly appreciate you.
I will do my best to remember that.
Dude, we really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for having. I enjoyed myself here, so I hope you did as well.
Same, I definitely did. Thank you so much.